Good morning, students. Today we discuss about 11th commerce subject. In this video, we continue the same chapter, historical background of commerce. In the previous videos, we discussed about the barter system used in our ancient period. In this video, we discuss about the commerce and trade in North India. So how the trading activities took place in North India in the ancient period. So India was prosperous even during the medieval period from 12th to 16th centuries. Despite political upheavals, Balban was the first sultan who paved the way in the dense forest and helped traders and their commercial caravans to move from one marketplace to others. So Balban was one of the person to introduce the trading activities in North India. So he is the first sultan to play a way in the dense forest and helped the traders and their commercial caravans, that is a commercial activity peoples, to move from one marketplace to the other places of the product. So Alauddin Khilji brought the price to a very low ebb. So he encouraged import of foreign goods from Persia and subsidized the goods. So this person Alauddin Khilji, he fixed the price of the product at very low level and also encouraged the import of the foreign goods from the country of Persia and subsidized the goods. Arabs were dominant players in India's foreign trade. So they never encouraged India traders like Tamils, Gujaratis, etc. So the trade between coastal ports were in the hands of Marwaris and Gujaratis. So mostly in North India, the trading activities of the product were in the hands of the Marwaris and the Gujaratis. So the overland trade with the Central and West Asia was the hands of Multans, who were Hindus, and they were Afghans, Iranians, and so on. So during the Sultan period, trade flourished due to the establishment of currency system based on silver and copper. So Moorish travelers describe the teeming market of big cities in the Gangetic plains. So Malwar, Gujarat and South India, the important trade centers were Delhi, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Sonargaon, Jaunpur, Lahore, and so on. These are the places where the trading activities are mostly taken place. So these are some of the important places where the trading activities in the North India took place. And then the next topic is trade with Rome, China, and Europe. So Roman and Greek traders frequent the ancient Tamil country and forged trade relationship with the ancient kings of Pandya, Chola, and Chera dynasty. So Pandya, Chola, and Chera dynasty where took place the trading activities in mostly in the Rome, China, and Europe. From the Tamil Nadu to these places. Cholas had a strong trading relationship with the Chinese Song dynasty. The Cholas conquered the Vijaya Empire of Indonesia and Malaysia to secure a sea trading route to China. So, to product from the Tamil Nadu to the China, the Chola will use Sri Vijaya Empire of Indonesia and Malaysia as a routing place in order to supply the goods to the China. So during 16th and 18th centuries, India's overseas India's overseas trade expanded due to trading with the European companies. So the discovery of new all sea routes from Europe to India via Cape of Good Hope by Vasco da Gama had far-reaching impact on the civilized world. So the arrival of Portuguese in India was followed by the advent of other European communities. So India's maritime trade was monopolized one over Europeans, and at one stage the global trade share of India was 55%, which is just 2% in 21st century. So the India will involve in trading activities more than the 50% during that ancient period. So the European merchants who came to India were not only individual merchants but also represented their respective governments. So the Europeans came to India in order to produce and supply the product in India, not only for individual merchants but also represented their respective governments. So they gained a strong foothold in India maritime trade by virtue of their strong naval power. In course of time, their commercial motives turned into territorial ambition like the East India Company, which became the British Empire here. So mostly the textiles and shipbuilding earned a name and fame in the 17th and 18th centuries. So Britishers gradually abolished princely order in the Indian territories. So in the ancient period, product which are to be easily sold out with the help of the other countries by way of export and import the products. So thus the demand for Indian goods declined during the British rule. So Britishers put in place policies prohibiting the export of some of the popular goods like Indian textile goods. Handicrafts to Great Britain between early 1600 and mid of 19th century. In this period, mostly the textile business will be declined in the nations. East India Company led established and expansion of foreign trade all over the Asia. Although initial interest of the East India Company was aimed at repeating profit, their single-minded focus was on establishing a trade monopoly throughout Asia Pacific, made them agent of British colonial imperialism. So the Indian government will mostly focus on some of the product in order to produce the product and supply at the right time in order to increase the textile business in our nation. So with that we conclude this video. We complete this chapter 1. Students, if you are having textbook, means in the first chapter there are some 1 mark questions, 2 mark and 3 mark, 5 mark question are there. You can go through it, find the answer in the textbook and write it in your commerce assignment notebook. Choose the best answers. There are 5 choose the best answers are there. Write the question and also the answers. there are 5 question and answers of 1 mark, and also there are 2 more questions, that is what is mean by barter system, what is mean by Nallangadi, what is mean by Allangadi, and also some short answers. There are 5 short answers are there. You can write it in your assignment notebook, that is explain the meaning of the term Vanigam, state the meaning of Marur and Patinapakam, what is the role of Sangam in trade development of ancient Tamil Nadu, and what are the ports developed by Pandya kingdom, what was focused in Arthashastras about the trade. These are the 3 more questions. You can write it in your assignment notebook, and there are some 5 more question and answer also, that is what are the interests of commerce, state the constraints in barter system, explain the development of commerce and trade in North India, explain briefly the coastal trade in ancient Tamil Nadu, and what do you know about the overseas trading partners of ancient Tamil Nadu. So you can write all the question answers 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark and 5 mark in your commerce assignment notebook. Keep the notebook safely and bring it on school reopening day. Thank you.